to Power Rangers Playback
with
Kat
and the kid. Yeah. Okay, so you guys have heard me mention this before. I just loved the Gold Rangers. I loved the triplets when they were on.
She loved the triplets.
I did. I did. That little cave picture. I was like, me in the center of the three handsome hunks.
This is
this
a
was
good
like
place
heaven.
to be.
Oh dear God! Thank you. Well, we have them today. I'm so excited to have them on the show. Both of us are.
Yes, it's been such a long time. I did see Tim, and I remember seeing Tim. I probably saw Tim, Ted, and Tom, but I thought I was seeing the same person at our Paramorphicon years ago. But we hadn't seen each other in years. It's
20-something
years.
It's
been a long time, but they're delightful. So we're so happy to have them back in the fandom, and going to talk to them about their careers and what they've had going on. So please welcome the DeFilippo triplets.
Triplets, yeah!
Hey guys!
Hi!
Hello.
Good to have you on the show. Oh my gosh, I have to
Hey,
find.
yeah.
I forgot to put the chat over here. Let me make
Oh
sure I
my
put the chat up.
goodness.
There
What
we
are you
go,
doing,
so we
woman?
can see it. Thank you guys so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. We feel very honored to be on your show.
Absolutely.
Our audience is so excited about this. Like they were wondering where you have been. So we're very happy to have you and answer lots of questions that are coming in for you. So
yes. So let's start with, what have you guys been up to?
Yes.
What have you guys been up to since we saw you last on Power Rangers?
Okay.
We'll start with you, Teddy, if you want.
Yes. Well, we're gonna start with how we got the role, right?
Well, no,
You
what
wanna
we've
start?
been up
No,
to
she was
since-
asking,
what have we been up since Power Rangers?
The last 18
years.
I got married and met a woman in 2000, soon after we did the Power Rangers in 1996. And she just did not like the business. She didn't like the closeness we had. It was just intimidating to her.
Mm-hmm.
So she drove me away. She wouldn't let me go on auditions, and she completely took us out of the business. So from 2000 until October 21st of 2021, we've been out of the business. And now we're back. It's only been a few months. We're excited. We're happy to be back. We're happy to be on your show, to reunite with you girls. We're excited.
Good.
That's great. That's great. You know, love can do that,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you just, your heart is just like, oh my gosh, I have to have this woman. I have to be with this person. And you forget about the rest of you.
And it is hard industry for it takes a strong partner, because it is hard.
Mm-hmm.
You're having, if there's love scenes or any, I mean, it's a challenging thing. So I have sympathy. My husband wasn't a fan of it either, but I didn't listen. Years for me to decide, but it wasn't because of him that I left the industry. But it's hard.
And I have to piggyback with her as well. I have, my husband and I have been married 21 years, and he's not in the industry on purpose, because
Yes.
that would have been too hard.
No.
But, there's roles that I have turned down. We've just both agreed with, because, there's certain things that I just won't show. I have 2 boys. I can't imagine being.
She only wants to do stripper prostitute.
That's all. Huh?
Honey, you gotta stop this.
Yes, stop the pole dancing. Dang it. So no, I understand, just out of respect for my spouse. There's certain roles that I wouldn't feel comfortable doing. I just,
Yeah.
And I think about my sons, because my older son is 21, my youngest one is 18.
They'd like seeing you as a pole dancer.
I don't think they'd like seeing me as a pole dancer.
It'll be a different uniform too.
Yes.
It comes back to bite you. I do think about that when you see actresses doing like a lot of things. I'm like, gosh, I wonder how their child that feels about that.
Yeah.
Like that. It's it's hard.
We had talked a little bit before we get to some of the questions, because we have some super chats that are coming in and have already come in. You had a development deal, right?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Tell us a little bit about that, and then we'll get to some of the fan questions.
Okay. Well, we went and we met with an agent, and our agent was best friends with Shuki Levy. So it was at the time that Shuki was developing the Gold Ranger. So the timing was perfect. In this business, you're going to get really lucky.
Yes.
Timing's going to be right. And it was. So when we went and met with Shuki, he loved us. He introduced us to the toy company. They liked us, so they started an 8-month development deal. And we went for, what was it, 6 months, Tommy,
And
to
we went
the dojo?
and we went right to his house. We went with our agent right to Shuki's house. There was no audition.
Was your agent Raphael?
Raphael
Burko,
Burko.
yeah.
Yep. Mediatis Group. Yep.
Oh.
And Shuki had a Lamborghini in his driveway. He had a movie theater in his house, and he totally got us. He totally got us. We really hit it off with him really well. And then we signed a development deal with them. We're supposed to be,
and then we went to the dojo, and we were training for 6 months. And the thing with my brothers and I is we didn't realize how popular the Power Rangers was. We had no idea until it came down to it's time for us to shoot. It was time for us to get going with this thing. And we were told by our team that it's so popular that we may not be able to do anything else because we might get typecast. So it freaked us out. It was our first thing that we were doing in Hollywood. We just came from the East Coast. We got all these other plans that we want to do. We had a calendar that we worked really hard for, that we had to put aside because we were pulled out of the business with the development deal. We couldn't do anything else. They pulled us completely out of everything. We couldn't. So we were nervous. We were really, really nervous about it. So, and that was for 30 episodes for Zeo. Then there was going to be a Power Rangers Zeo movie. And Shuki was suggesting that Tommy was going to have a love interest, Trey of Wisdom. And then it was going to be a spin-off series from there. So they were working on that while we were training. So it was tough. It was really, really tough. But when we found out what it was, we talked to them. And so we ended up only doing the story arc that we did on the show, so to allow us to move on to do what we do. But then Shuki also to get his ideas out there. So the story arc from the beginning to the end was all thrown together really quickly in there. So that's kind of what happened with our development deal.
And we feel like extremely blessed and grateful for the part that Shuki developed for us. I mean, he made it bigger than life itself, like he said he would. He was an amazing guy that way. It's just some things happen in life, and you look back on it, and you don't know what we did, and here we are. We can't change anything.
And they were involved there, Tom.
I'd like to show you some. This was the ad for the movie. I don't know if you can see that.
They can't see that.
No, can't see it.
No. We'll text it over to you, but it's basically a promotion for the movie that they were doing. So they were actually in action doing this stuff, and we was before we knew it, we were scared that this was all we were going to ever do. Not that
that's a bad thing.
Not that it's a bad thing, but we want to do a movie on our lives. We want to do a sitcom. We didn't even think about a kid show. We had no idea.
It just came in our lap.
But it was something hard not to take. I mean, 30 episodes of movie. I mean, that's a career.
And we kind of wish that we would have known how popular Power Rangers were because they put so much time into advertising.
We feel bad.
All the writing they did for the 30 episodes, the writing for the show, for the spin-off series. Shuki wanted me to find triplet girls to play our queens on Fight For You. So they put so much effort in, and we didn't know anything until right when it was time to get things rocking. So we felt really bad about.
We do. We apologize to them because it wasn't the right thing to do. We were young, dumb,
So did you pull out? Is that what happened?
Basically. And we just took a smaller role.
And then if you looked at the season, once Zeo ended, it just ended like cold turkey. Because he had so much developed for us, and then the next season, everyone's all confused.
So is that why, when you guys pulled out, that's why they had Austin come in?
Exactly.
And we're very happy with Austin and what he did.
He did a great job.
He did a great job as the Gold. He's loved by the fans. Where it's just it was awesome.
And we were a little confused why you guys were there, and then all of a sudden you weren't there, and we were like, "What happened?" And then there was this whole other storyline of like you passing your powers off to someone else, and we were perplexed by that. But now that explains. Wow.
Yeah, it was like
that was our first acting gig. We had just come to town.
We came in '95. We came to '95. We started working out in Bally's gym. And then a doctor came up to us and was, fascinated with the three of us. And he got investors to help us invest in the calendar. So all we did was work out. That's why when you see us on a lot of shows, our shirts off, it's because we came out with the calendar too late in the year and they couldn't produce it. So the only way we could sell it was to go on national TV and sell it that way. So it wasn't like we go on TV and just take our shirts off all the time. That was the reason why our shirts are off.
Totally.
And we want to do another one. we want to do a second calendar at 51 in better shape than we were at 26.
Wow.
I love that.
That's one of the projects we're working on. Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's
We're
awesome.
excited. We're excited. We're excited to see you girls and get part of the team again. It's like, this is great.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's taken 20 something years for us to understand why you guys left and why Austin. We had no idea.
Yeah.
Nobody
does. That's why they don't think we're just one and we're not three. And, you know, everyone's confused. Nobody. Yeah. That's why this is so great. And you gave us a platform.
People get fired and stuff. That they never explained it to us. Like, we were just the actors, so we didn't know if you guys got fired or if. I mean, it was so confusing.
So so when you guys decided to walk away, you just told you told Shuki and you told Saban that this is something that you don't want to do. And so when you decided to do that, they just was like, okay, bye.
I think a lot of reasons. We asked them to get out of the contract.
Yeah.
We literally had to have like one of our high level, you know, very, very successful doctors call and get us out of the development deal contract. It's hard to do that. So they don't want to let you out a lot of times, and they didn't want to let us out. But yet, you know, they were mad at us, you know, because
and they should have. So I mean, we should have known better. We should have done our research to know how popular the Power Rangers was. We just had no idea.
I think that's another reason why nobody knows about us is because, you know, after we were off the show, there's nowhere to be found. We're nowhere to be found anywhere. Our pictures,
some of the things we put online were taken down.
Everything is just.
It was like we were erased from the whole show, and but we realized that, you know,
it was our mistake. We take responsibility for it.
100%.
We're back now. We want to give back to our fans,
and if we can do anything for the franchise, we will. We will.
Wow.
And what was so nice, about a year ago, the CEO that recently passed away, may he rest in peace, from Hasbro, he contacted us and he's like, "Hey guys, what can we do to help you? Do you want us to come out with new toys for you? You want us to come out with three?"
What?
Yeah. We were like,
that's how this started.
We were like,
literally
wow,
a year ago,
okay.
Almost a year ago.
But we weren't ready still then. I was still going through my divorce and getting over my. I have 2 kids. My son Dante is 16 and my daughter Angelina is 12. So it was a very messy divorce. I don't want to go into any details, but I'm still trying to get over it. But I'm at the point now where we want to get back into this business, and we want to get back to our fans, and we want to connect with you girls, and we want to see where I believe strongly that we were born this way for a reason.
Absolutely.
We haven't explored that. We scratched the surface back 25 years ago, but we really haven't got into where do we fit? Where do we fit? How do we fit?
And what difference can we make? We feel we can make a big difference.
We want to do God's work.
We're very godly people.
We want to do God's work. We want to give, and we want to represent God in the best way we can.
That sounds like a good goal, a good place to start.
Absolutely. So after the Hasbro CEO passed, did you guys have another contact there that you could?
That's what we're doing right now. We met with an agent on Monday.
Yeah.
He's putting together a press kit, and that's one of his first phone calls. Is going to be over to Hasbro. We want them to do a toy of the Treys. 3 of us. There's 3. Now that everybody knows we're 3, you know what I mean? Do one of the 3, and we're going to try and get back on the show and see what their ideas are.
Or whatever way we can help
where
them.
they are.
If we can help them, we'll help them. You know,
we love this guy.
When they came out with this is when they came out a year ago.
We love this guy.
I love
this is actually like, and Nakia, it brought me to tears when you put this on with the rest of the cast. On that you posted something with the Zeo.
Zeo against
and you put us right next to you. I literally started crying.
Aww.
But we are.
I have never, just so you know, we have never forgot you. Like we saw you one day, and by the way, I was so, guys.
She was a little enamored.
I was so enamored with the 3 of you on the show.
She's when like, there's not one handsome, but there's 3 handsome.
Oh, thank you.
That cave picture when we're standing inside the cave, and I'm just standing there with you guys. And like, oh my gosh, my inner thoughts are like, oh my gosh, I could just kiss every single one of them, but I'm just gonna look forward and just pretend.
We'll have to reshoot that again.
We can go reshoot
one of these days. Yeah,
we knew.
We should.
Once we get our capes made and all that, because we're in the process of getting our costumes made and all.
there's a little story that goes behind that. When we were looking for the spot of where we shot, we didn't know where we were going. I had an idea. It was somewhere down in Malibu, but where was it? So we're driving, we're looking, and all of a sudden Cody looks online and he says it's Matador Beach, and I just passed the sign. I'm thinking I wanted to turn. Something told me to turn. I didn't turn, but when he said it's Matador Beach, I did the quickest Yui you could possibly make. And we went down there and we're looking inside the cave. I'm looking inside one, I'm looking inside another. No, that's not it. That's finally found it. And we found it. We knew it was the one. And that's where we took the picture that we posted. And it's so surreal when it's 25 years ago. That's a long time.
Yeah.
And you still feel the emotions of the spot. We weren't there long on that beach. When Timmy almost drowned coming out with the power staff, we sat there in the cave with you. I mean, somehow we found it, and it was just. And then we went to the command center. I mean, it's just I had butterflies in my stomach like crazy. I was like nervous, and I was just with these guys. It was like it just brought back so many good memories.
That's
and
wonderful.
all I can remember is you guys and the other cast members, everybody. You guys are all so nice. And
You just have to remember me. That's it.
Think of everybody else.
I'm just playing. That's so great. I'm so great to hear that. It's so great. You guys, we never forgot you. We just didn't know what happened, and 25 years later, we
found out.
We found out.
Let's get to some of the
we
fan
have a
questions. The first question is from Kenny Shibata. So you ready to do the dance? We showed it to you. Okay.
Ready? Super chat.
I'll get better as it goes along.
Kenny says, "Hi all, 3 parts of Trey of Trayphoria. Can you introduce yourself to us?" Well,
yes, I'm Tim, Trey of Heart.
I'm Teddy, Trey of Courage.
And I'm Tommy, Trey of Wisdom.
And we are collectively the original gold from way back when, 26 years ago.
Yes.
Wow.
That's funny. I didn't realize that he's Tommy, and we had a Tommy on the show, that they still made him Tommy as well. The same name.
They didn't call it. No, they didn't have. They named
Trey.
Courage, Trey of Wisdom. His name is Tom in real life.
That's.
I've got you.
I need that. Okay, next question. All right.
We both help each other.
Yes,
in
we
these
do.
Moments.
We do.
We do the same thing. Don't worry about it.
All right. Skyhound, one of our channel members. Super chat. All right. Even though we know very little of Triphoria and its people, what would you consider to be a good backstory since it wasn't addressed in the show?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. A good backstory. There's a little bit of a backstory addressed where we come and help other planets because we're peacekeepers. So that's why we came to Earth. A good backstory would be how do we come across? See, that's what's so interesting. There's so many angles you could come from when it comes to Triphoria because we all know so little about it.
But it's a planet of 3s.
Yeah.
So
everything's trifold.
Everything is 3.
And we're an alien ranger that goes to other planets to help other planets out. So,
see, that's what's
I
great.
thought I said on the last interview, it would have been really cool is if the Power Rangers, you guys all came to Triphoria,
right?
To help, to help us out or what have you. I mean, there would have been a whole switch in the whole,
But we also thought like we could have queens that are triplets. We could have kids that are triplets that also come and help out and go to different places.
We could go to other planets with the Power Rangers and us collectively helping out all the planets.
I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Where it could go. I mean, nothing was explored. So we're open to whatever. We're excited about it.
Maybe they should do a Boom comic about the Trey.
They probably will.
Yeah.
That's something that you could pitch to when you guys go with your meeting with Hasbro.
Yes, we will. A comic.
Power Ranger comics. And they have done so Ranger, and that is definitely a way. And Hasbro is working hand in hand with Boom So that's something that you
would
guys can think about.
Would you like Triforia and the Solar Ranger to hook up in the comics?
If my husband is okay with that. Yes, that would be really cool.
She marries Trey of Triforia, and then she has little mini Solar Ranger.
There we go.
Yes. Word.
I think your video is going in and out a little bit.
That's not good. Can you hear us now?
We can hear you now.
Yep.
Okay.
Just the last few segments, a little talking. We're having a little bit and missing a little bit.
Oh, Kat was saying that my Solar Ranger in the Boom comics, she said, would you like your Solar Ranger to date the Treys of Triforias in the Boom comics? And they have little Solar Rangers.
Little mini Solar Rangers that send their sunbeams out into the universe.
Right. Nice. Yeah, it's a great idea.
I like it. Yeah,
I like it. Little princes.
Moving on. Let's go on. All right.
Next is from Buffalo Ditka. Buffalo Ditka.
Super chat. Raise them up high.
Super chat. Raise them up high.
Okay. What was it like being the Gold Ranger and interacting with the members of the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger team?
Wow, that was like incredible.
It's awesome.
It was overwhelming a little at first because again we had just moved out from Rhode Island. Where we're from. It was our first acting gig. I was the first one on the set. And we brought our mom on the set. I don't know if you remember. Our mom was on the set for a bunch of our episodes.
Our mom has MS, so we take care of our mom. Our mom and our sister has bipolar, so they're with us all the time. So my mom was with us.
She was literally on the set.
So we brought her on the set.
Yeah, we'll send you a picture of it.
I somewhat but remember that. She was a little lady.
Tiny lady.
4'10".
Yep. And we have two older sisters. And the story behind us three, which is remarkable, is there was no C-section with the three of us for my mom. And she was that tiny, and she had almost 15 pounds of baby with no C-section. It was just destined to happen. We were the only triplets in the hospital when we were born. There were doctors all over the place. It was a big deal. Our family and our parents kept us out of the limelight when we were younger. They were worried about us being taken. So as we got older, we branched off to New York, and then we came out to California, and then we're trying to find our fit, how we fit in.
You probably got a lot. Well, you probably still do get a lot of attention because it's such a unique, and you're also handsome, and I'm sure mother, you would be like wanting to put cotton wool around you and just protect you.
That's what they did, and that's exactly what they did. They let us make the choice.
And growing up, it was tough. We come from a really small state, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So we were like mini celebrities there. So we couldn't go anywhere without getting any attention. So we call each other up and say, "Where you going?" "Okay, I'm not going there." So that's how we played it. And then my brothers ended up moving out of state. They ended up moving to Florida to pursue golf while I stayed in state. So we finally were getting a little bit of our own identities.
And that's how we came out to California.
The three of us. We're the triplets. We're the triplets. Like we're not in our own individual personalities.
Yes.
Individual identities.
Yes.
We were craving that when we were kids.
Yes, of course. I can imagine. And then when you're identical, it's like, no, I'm not Tom. I'm not Ted. It's annoying.
We have so many interesting stories. I mean, about women in particular, like confusing. Tommy got married. And during his reception at our house, his wife at that point started kissing me.
No! That's awful.
I know it happens. I stopped when I stopped right away and told her, "Hey, listen, I'm the wrong one."
When we were kids, his girlfriend jumped in bed with me, thinking,
we were sleeping in three separate beds upstairs, and then she came to see me in the morning. And she jumped on top of Tommy and started kissing him. Not like me. He kept kissing her. You know what I mean? He kept going.
I didn't know. I was probably dreaming. I don't know.
Tommy's the wild one of us. Of the three of us, he's the wild one.
I'm the risk taker.
He's the baby. He's the risk taker. Yes.
Oh, goodness.
I want to make a point about what Timmy mentioned really quick, if you don't mind, about Lisa. When Tommy and I moved to Florida, Timmy was still at home. And that was when we kind of separated a little bit. Then Timmy saw on TV, Lisa Gibbons was advertising for triplets here in California. And that's how we came to California first time in 1995.
Because my brothers are golfers. They like the weather in California would be great to play. So it was easy to convince them to come to the show.
So that was our
So that was
start in the
introduction.
business. And by the time we got home, we had messages on our phone about agents and managers want us to come back.
Wow.
We thought about it for a couple of weeks, drove out, didn't know a soul, and been here ever since.
When
So-
you were kids, just to I have a question about that. Did you have the same friend groups, or were you very much like wanting to get away from each other?
That's
Combination,
very
I
interesting. I think we did have our friend groups. I had my friend Danny. I know, Timmy, you had Steve and your
Steve,
church buddies.
yeah.
And Teddy, you had Mike Haig. I think it was one close
Scotty
one.
G.
As we got older,
I mean,
we
they
had
were
them
all
all.
collectively our friends, but we would hang out with them more.
And
you
then
know?
when we went to school, they were so afraid of us cheating on tests that they made three classes for us when we went to school.
Because there were only
instead
2
of
classes per
They
grade.
would not let
made
us stay in the
3.
same class. They were scared.
Oh,
Yeah. And then we were also tagged when we were little because we looked so much alike.
We had
Even
like
now,
we had like a bracelet on.
bracelets,
so they-
different color bracelets,
know who
so our
was who.
parents would know who's who.
You are very identical.
Yeah.
Like I have identical twin cousins that that people think, oh my gosh, they look so much alike. I can tell them apart, but I really had a hard time. I still am. If you switched seats, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys play? We have so many questions coming
So-
in. I have my own questions, but we're going to go to the
Just
questions.
ask the joke one because that was on the tip of my tongue. Practical jokes.
Well, did you guys ever do
trick
anything?
people.
Yes, trick people, like take one another's test or go to
On
school.
a date or
They're-
Yes.
Yeah.
Tommy,
Tommy,
let me tell first.
you want to tell first?
I had a girlfriend. Coincidentally enough, the same name as the girlfriend I have now, Tanya. I
Oh,
love
yeah? Why did you not tell me?
That was my character name, you know.
I know that. And my girlfriend is I met her on the date site, and we're interracial. She's wonderful. I love her to death. But the story I wanted to tell was when we were kids. Another girlfriend, Tanya, when we were like in college. I met her in college.
Mhm.
I just had this phobia of meeting parents. Okay. Even though I liked her a lot, I was scared to meet the parents. So I sent Timmy to, and Timmy went and met her parents, and her dad was a wrestler, and they were wrestling on the ground.
And I'm the social bug of the 3, so I knew he was very uncomfortable. I said, I'll go meet the parents.
He'll meet
for
the
you,
parents.
Teddy.
His
girlfriend knew about
His
it.
girlfriend knew about it.
She
The
was-
parents
yeah.
still don't know.
She
to
was
this
right
day.
on board with it, so we had the blast.
Did I see this
We had
episode?
the parents. We bonded big time, so they loved Teddy right out of the get
Right
go.
out of the gate. you love it.
Yeah, so that happened with Teddy.
Wrestle him, and he doesn't know how to wrestle. What is he gonna do when he tries to wrestle you? You'll be like,
No, luckily we didn't get that far. I worked for him too. He had his own engraving business. I was an employee. Even after we broke up, he wanted to keep me on, but I
Oh
was
my
just too weird to, not be with her and work with him. It's just.
And it was nice for me to help Teddy out there because the phobia is a
He
real deal for
desperately
him.
needed it. Yeah.
So he needed it. So for me, it was no big deal. I had a lot of fun meeting new people, and then helped Teddy out, and then I helped Tommy out for college. Tommy,
I paid for Timmy to go to college. For
Yeah,
me.
I went and took some classes in college with Tommy.
We all used the same gym membership for a while.
We had the same. One of our licenses was suspended, and we ended up using the other one's license. You know,
We were on our way to a golf event and a pro event to watch the pros, and I was tired. I was driving, so I said, "Tommy, just drive the rest of the way." So all of a sudden, the car stops. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "We're getting pulled over," and he says, "I don't have a license."
This is
My
when I had a
license
license.
is suspended. So I had to give him my license, and he gave me a ticket.
That's the only ticket I ever got was in his name.
that is awesome.
That is so cool, though. I love that. I used to growing up, I wanted to have
a twin.
a twin for some reason. I really wanted to have a twin, but then I was
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, well, what if she's evil and like kills people and stuff like that?
Yeah.
But you don't have
No,
murderers.
we do fight. We have our moments,
But for the most part, we get along very well.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 50 years old, still together. We've done our businesses outside of acting. We had another business on the side that we did, a home-based business. We've been doing everything together.
Yeah, while Teddy was going through his marriage, I opened up a construction company. So I started here locally, then I went to Seattle, Washington. I went to Portland, Oregon, and I brought Tommy on board with me. So Tommy helped me run the whole company while Teddy was with his marriage. So yeah, we do. We're very fortunate that we get along, because there are twins, like you mentioned, Nikia, that don't get along, and that's really devastating. That would be really devastating. So for us, we're very grateful that we get along, we enjoy each other's company, and we have the same likes as well. Likes with food, likes with sports.
Women a little different.
Yeah, women a little different.
But to each their own.
Yeah, I've got the most experience with the women.
The wild one.
But they still don't listen to me.
He's the one you can't leave. You can't leave any woman with them.
They still don't. I'm the youngest, so they don't listen to me.
And that's why when Shuki asked about the love interest, he wanted one of us to have a love interest in the movie, the Power Rangers Zeo movie. We said that's definitely going to be Tommy. Definitely have to be Tommy.
And at the time, I was engaged to be married.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have lots of stories like that for you ladies.
That's
we'll have to have you back on. We have we got a lot of questions coming through.
Kenya Padilla,
one of our channel members.
Yes.
Super chat, raise them up high.
Super chat, raise them up high.
Who had more screen time in Power Rangers Zeo, Tom, Ted, or Tim?
Tommy.
I did.
Tommy was the first one.
I was Wisdom. I was the one in the window scenes. I was the first one to show up as the original Gold Ranger. I outside of coming out of the water, Timmy's the one that came out of the water.
I lost on that. See, on things that we don't want to do, we picked straws, and I lost. And I don't go into
the short straw, so
that water was ice cold for me. And then the current was pulling me out. I got so lucky that JD, if he reached out and grabbed me, because I'd still be floating out there right now, 25 years later.
Yeah, it was scary.
So when it came to who's going to be the original one, Tommy really wanted it. So me and Teddy were like, Tommy, if you want to do it, go ahead. You.
But to be honest, who gives Jason the powers? It's me, Teddy. I held the powers, that baby. It was me doing this. It was me. Anyway, he's just trying to take a little bit of credit.
They get a little credit, but I end up coming out of the water. Timmy almost drowns, but I come out of the water. I'm the one that walks up and
walks
we split into three.
We all had our part.
Yeah, we all had.
And if we stayed on longer, our personalities would have came out. The storyboards would have came out. We weren't on long enough to develop all of that.
How many episodes did you do?
We did 9 on Zeo, and I think we were in.
No, it was 12 on Zeo. I think
4 other seasons. Our character.
Yeah, we did. I think we did 11 or 12.
We don't even know. I just looked it up online.
We did the research these last couple of weeks, and we show up a cameo appearance in 2 or 3 or 4 other seasons.
I got it written down.
Power Rangers in Force, I think. In space. We show up a couple of times, and in another season.
When Rita and
Dino Thunder, I think we show up. But in Zeo itself, it was 12 episodes from when we first arrived, where they first introduced the gold, all the way through to the final episode. So it was 12.
But when they brought you back, they just brought back old footage, or did you guys
actually brought the Gold Ranger in the Gold Ranger suit?
Trey, Trey of Tri,
with our song, with our Gold Ranger song.
You see
playing.
Trey is who you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is that?
Yeah, so it's not the we call it the Lords of Triforia is one character we play, which is us in our costumes, and then this is the other Trey. So there's like 2 Treys.
Well, it's really like I play the original Gold Ranger and Trey of Triforia, Trey of Wisdom, and then he plays Trey of Heart, and I plays Trey of Courage. So I've got like
Tommy's got the most.
And they got one.
He's got the most in that.
If that's, I hope I didn't confuse you, but that's.
It's okay.
You're already confused, right?
All right.
Another question from Ironman 2187.
Let me see if I can find him on here. Okay, yes, this one.
Super chat. Raise it up. Hi, Nikia. I just subscribed to your channel. Oh, yay! Thank you.
Thank you.
It's nice to see you. Also, nice to see you, Ted, Tom, and Tim. One of my favorite 6th Rangers.
Thank
you.
That's nice.
Very nice.
Yes, it's nice.
And the
next one is Ben Hamilton.
Right here.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Super chat. He says, "Sup, Trays."
What's up?
What's up?
The Gold Rangers story threw us for a doozy. I mean, I actually thought Billy was a great four of a time. Real glad Jason became what's GR? Gold Ranger. Real glad Jason became Gold Ranger until the Treys got him back. Courage, wisdom, and heart.
Yay.
So it's not really a question, it's more of a statement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so fortunate that not only did we get this role and Shuki created this for us, but more importantly, that Jason took over, and he was the voice of Power Rangers, and then we came and he did a great job with the Gold Ranger.
Yeah.
He really continued that legacy that we started, unbelievably.
And it was sad though. It was sad for Billy though, because the story arc in Zeo was leading towards it was going to be Billy. So we know there were a lot of fans out there that were hoping the Gold Ranger was going to be Billy. So that's
we thought it was going to be him too.
Right,
Yes.
right.
David ended up leaving the show, like just
right after
walking off the set because of some internal things that were happening. So I think that even I David was gone. His character was gone. So it would have ended up needing to be somebody else anyway.
It was meant to be the way it was with Austin. Yeah.
Austin's is the best one. I mean, he was most popular.
And he's a military guy. You know, we thank him for his service, but he's a strong leader.
Influence. Fans love him.
He's got that strong voice, the strong presence. You know,
couldn't have been a better person.
Yeah, that Gold Ranger costume is one of my favorites.
It's definitely
it's really cool.
Yeah, I love it too.
The wings. And
Nice.
All right. Next one is Chad Wilson. You ready? Let's
Super chat.
Let me
see what
I'm trying to find Chad. in the chat here.
Chad,
so that I could post it, and I can't find him.
He's right after Ben Hamilton. Did you just scroll up from Ben?
I did, but you know what? What happens here is it stops.
Oh no!
After so many things coming through, it stops. So we're just gonna have to read it.
It was after Peter. If you go down, maybe if I come across it.
Did we read Peter already?
We didn't read Peter yet.
So then it can't be after. Okay, let's just read the question.
Okay.
Super chat.
That's going to be the new dance out there.
I love that.
It's so nice to hear your actual voice. Did you know you would be dubbed in the show? It's time for the Gold Rush.
Yes.
In our contract that we had with Shuki in the development deal, we had it in the contract that we were going to use our own voices, but for some reason, Shuki didn't like aliens with an East Coast accent. He didn't like it. So that's why we knew that we knew our voices were going to be dubbed. We didn't know who was going to do them, but we knew Shuki was going to make sure it was going to be done well. And Brad did a great job.
He did.
Yeah, we liked his voice.
Great job.
Very energetic. We're very happy with what he did.
Yes.
So
but yes,
in our first contract, our voices were not going to be dubbed. If we took the development deal and all that, but
maybe it was one way to
and it was the
get
way
back at us.
Well, no, and I think maybe it works out the way it is because Shuki really wanted a non-regional accent. For some reason, he really wanted that, so he got that. He got what he wanted.
And he mentioned that at his house when we met with him, and he created the part. He told us the only issue I'm having is your voices, your accent. You just don't pronounce everything, and I don't, so we knew it was kind of iffy anyway. So it is what it is. We did what we did, and here we are.
Yep.
So then my question is, if you guys would have had the show, your own show, what were they going to do?
Who knows? We were going to have our own
voices. No. In that first we had it in the first contract that they had to use our voices.
In the development deal. Yeah, we made
sure that 30 episodes of the movie and then the spin-off series, it was in there.
It would have been aliens with an accent.
Why not? Why not aliens with an East Coast accent? What's the matter with that?
And the people like our accent. Well, we get a lot of compliments on our accent.
It's adorable.
Yes.
All right. Next one is Peter Sloop.
Okay, I did see Peter's on here, but see, it only goes up to a certain, and then it goes away. All right, Peter, super chat. Raise them up.
Bye.
I laugh every time. Hi, Catherine and Nakia. You look great as always. Thank you. Hi, Tim, Tom, and Ted. You three look great as well. My question for you three. Why was your voice dubbed by we just went over
answered
this.
that.
Why was your voice dubbed by Brad Hawkins in Power Rangers Zeo? I was wondering about that. Thanks. It's the same question that you pretty much.
I mean, same kind of answer, you know.
All the other acting gigs we've ever done, never.
It's our
been dubbed.
voice.
It was. I think they were mad at us.
No, I think
No,
Shuki
I don't
really.
know.
I honestly, I really think Shuki had a problem with an alien with having an accent. I think that's
He
really
mentioned
what
that
it
at
was.
his house when he
It
created
really
the role
was.
for us.
So he got what he
So-
wanted, and then also Brad got to be a part of the Gold Ranger too.
So it was a win-win.
So it was a win-win all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
Absolutely. All right, Chanzo, one of our channel
Tambuzi.
members, Tambuzi, Super Chat.
Baby.
Once again, we are getting the entire scoop on Power Rangers Playback where you hear it first. Thank you for coming back to the franchise and sharing your story. I love the Gold Ranger action figure.
Thank you.
Thank you. We do too. I mean, it looks just. I mean, if you put the face right next to us, it's like.
Perfect.
I mean,
And it
so
was funny
lucky.
when it first
So
came
lucky.
in. Teddy thought it looked like me.
Then I looked closer
Yeah.
at it and I said, no, it looks like
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Even though we all look alike, right?
That's funny.
All right. Scott Bicklicky.
I think his was on. No,
Yeah,
disappeared
it's
now
gone
too.
again. What is
Okay.
it doing that for? Super Chat. Thanks for that.
Raise
Raise
it
it
up
up
high.
high.
baby.
Did you guys know that your character was on the Power Rangers in Space 2 part finale?
That's the one that's the one I was talking about. I think. Yeah, and Power Rangers in Space. It was in the finale. Trey, this Trey.
Yeah.
Yeah, was in. Yeah, we did know. We
I think
did
it
know
was
about
4
that.
seasons we did.
There was
I
a
gotta
fan
say, I
that-
got it written down somewhere
Yeah.
over there, but our character as Trey was in 4 different seasons, just a couple episodes in all the other ones, mostly in Zeo.
And in Morphicon, when we did that Morphicon with you girls years ago, one of
Yeah.
the fans showed me that. One of the fans showed me that we were in space. He came back.
Wow.
So yeah, we
The
did know
fans
that.
know everything, by the way. Like Nakia and I mess up all the time, and we think we're so smart because we.
I don't think
I
I'm smart.
remember this monster or whatever, and the fans are like, wrong. They
Yeah.
tell us all the time.
We get that too.
We mess up, but we've learned. This show has taught us a lot about the show.
Yeah.
We've watched episodes now, so we feel like we're getting the hang of it
No.
gradually.
Oh, you're doing a great job. You're doing a
We
great
like the
job.
show. We watched it quite a few times. Yes.
Yeah.
Listen
Thank
to the
you.
interview with you did with JDF. He is
Yeah.
a real nice guy. Real
Yeah.
nice guy.
Super nice guy.
That's
And I
They
noticed
all-
that he had a white Ducati. I have a black Ducati. It'd be crazy.
Oh.
I'm on the Gold Ranger driving a black Ducati, and he's on his White Ranger driving the white Ducati. That'd be pretty
He
cool.
has several motorcycles and
I know he's
several
got a bunch of them. Yeah, I seen.
Yeah.
He's a super nice guy. I watched
Yeah.
that interview I saw with you, and I've been watching him on TikTok. Man, he's got a great soul. He's very giving. I can see why he has all of what he has. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
He does love his fans.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim Dacus is the next one.
Let's see if this
Super chat.
Super
Chat.
chat. Raise it up high.
Did you think? I think it's supposed to be think. Did you think you'll wear the Gold Ranger suit? And did you guys know your character battled Rita and Zed during In Space Call Countdown to Destruction? Okay,
That's
first of all, I can read, but sometimes you have to decipher what's being written because it's not written.
It's a little choppy.
Yeah, it's a little choppy.
Yeah, gotcha.
So the question is, did you know that you were going to wear the Gold Ranger suit? And did you guys know your character was going to battle Rita and Lord Zed during the In Space Call Countdown? That's the
We
same.
didn't know any of this
No.
at the time of shooting. And like you girls, when we came back, we've been watching all the Power Rangers to catch up to see what we're in, what we did, who we did it with, all
So
of that.
no, yeah. So the
All I
answer is
remember
no.
myself is the cast, you guys, and working on the cast with the cast. That's all I remember. I don't remember anything else. So yes, it was. We learned about that, and thanks for the fans to keep reminding us. And fans are creating all kinds of great stuff for us to put on our website. I mean, our fans are so behind us. We want to give back to them. We want to be there for them. We want them to know that regardless of how busy we get in the rest of this acting world, which we're gonna, we're gonna still see them. We will make time for them because they deserve it.
Would they fans? Anyone watching? You guys should follow them on Instagram, which is Triplets de Filippo, and
Yep.
and you can follow them and see where they're going to be and make requests at Comic-Cons or whatever, so that you can get them out and learn more about them.
And we can add your website.
Yes.
You can give me what social media and your website and all of that, and I can put it on the YouTube channel underneath when we're done.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that you're always there.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Of course,
You're welcome.
of course.
All right, another question. We got to get through these questions.
Let's do this.
David Machin, who is one of our channel members.
Super chat.
He says, hello all, nice to see all of you on here. I just wanted to say hello. Tim, Tom, and Ted, I hope you'll be able to come to Ohio or Monroe Comic-Con.
We would love
Excellent,
to.
Yeah. Excellent.
All we say to our fans is call your Comic Cons, call your wherever the events you want to go, where you want us, and tell them you want us. So they call up booking people, and we get there. We're willing to go wherever they want us, wherever our fans want us.
Yep.
We're committed to them. We
Yes.
we owe it to them.
And we love
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
the fans. We did 2 comic stores already. Our first 2. Wow, what a difference. I mean, I think they're making a bigger difference for us than we make for them. It's amazing to see the fans. I'm sure you girls can relate when you're seeing the fans. Wow. It's incredible. So so well, you guys want us at those conventions? Call your conventions. Let them know.
And we're going to be giving the powers away. We did that twice already, and it was a moving experience. You know, the 2 fans. There were actually 2 people working for us at one of the Comic-Cons. They just wanted the powers so bad. So right outside the building, we gave
With the
them
noise
powers.
of the cars going by and everything
And
else, they're out there. All those dollars
They were
down.
so excited. So we want to do that for our fans. You know, I think they would get a big charge of that. And I'd like to do that with Austin again at a big crowd. I think that people would be jumping up and down for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Morphicon would definitely be the place for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
Totally.
next question
Why
is.
don't we acknowledge the what
Oh,
was that?
yes, Calico Kitty just became a member. Thank you
Yay!
so much. Welcome to the team. All right. Next question is from Skyhound28. Super chat. Raise it up.
Do you have a similar favorite Zeo episode? What is your favorite Zeo episode?
Mine is when I first came on, to be honest.
When we first came on.
I like when I like the beach
beach
scene. I like the beach scene where we split into 3, and I like the scene with Nakia in the cave because it's famous. It's been going on for 25 years, so you know.
And my favorite one is when the Gold Ranger is introduced. I loved it when he was introduced. I loved the theme song. I love the whole thing. That's my favorite. My favorite one.
He was cool.
Yeah.
Gold Ranger was very cool.
Very, very, very nice.
Thomas Franco. Super chat. Raise it up.
Hi.
Question for the DeFilippo triplets, Catherine and Nakia. If Hasbro asked you to come back for the new Netflix series or Hasbro movie, would you all do it?
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, and then yes
Absolutely.
again. 4 yeses. 5
Totally.
yeses.
It'd be great for Hasbro to do a Power Rangers Zeo movie.
That's what I
That'd
was
be
going to say.
fantastic.
When
I'm
you
gonna
guys
send you that.
started
I'm gonna send you that picture that I have of this was their advertisement that they came
back
out
in the 90s, back in the 90s.
1996.
It'd be fantastic. Yeah, totally. So
You know,
totally.
fans have been asking for a Zeo movie. They have been asking. When you meet with Hasbro, pitch that to them.
Yes, we will. We'll push it. Yep.
So it's so important, though. I think for me personally, the movies that they have remade, it's so important to have some of the original cast in there longer than 3 seconds because the fans need it. They want that. I mean, that's what the fandom is with the original cast members. So yeah, make sure you pitch that one.
We'll
Oh,
do that.
yeah,
for
totally
sure.
pitch that.
That's
We got your
Yes.
back. Don't worry. We got you got your back.
Okay, next question is Bolton Biggs, one of our channel members.
Super chat.
Bye.
Hi, my question for you 3 is what was your favorite memory from the show?
Favorite memory.
I gotta say the giving away the powers scene.
Mm.
That was a good
Jason,
one.
that was
That was
really
powerful
powerful.
doing it when we first did it the first time.
I kind of like when we split into 3 and we walk over to you girls in the cast. That was neat on the beach. That was
Yeah.
really neat.
That was cool.
That was cool.
I mean, I love the intro when we enter into the show, and I love the Paramitis. I love the Paramitis standing up tall, and I love all the Zords going in there. I love that battle scene, that whole little scene, that scene itself. That was really intriguing.
And
to
the
me.
final battle scene.
And the final battle scene.
Where we made
Love the
everybody
final
grow.
battle
Is
scene
that
when
what
we
made everybody grow?
Yup.
Awesome.
I love that.
All good. They were all important moments for sure. Next question is Tony Izzo. Super chat.
Raise
Here's a fun fact for you guys. In the Sentai source material, Zeo Gold is actually a Black Ranger. There we go. He wasn't a Gold Ranger. He was a Black Ranger.
In the Super Sentai.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Wow, that's
Did not know
interesting.
that.
I didn't
There
know
we
that.
go. See, we always learn something from our fans.
Okay.
Next question is from Chanzo Tambuzi, and he asked a question earlier, so he's back for
There we
more.
go.
Super chat.
When the Gold Ranger came in, it was a mystery. Then we thought it was Billy. Then when it was revealed to be Trey, I'll never forget the moment when you were revealed and Jason took over. Iconic moment.
Iconic.
No, that's the scene we were talking about. We even
That's
have
what
that
that's
picture
the
at
scene.
our table.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
scene that I'm talking about. Like if we replicate that again around the world, you know, I think it could
The
be
fans
a
would love it.
supercharge
Yeah.
for our to the franchise. I really
Yeah.
believe that because Austin is a great leader, and that
And he was so popular, and for
And
him to come back and for us to give the powers to him, it was so powerful for us to give the powers, but to give it to him and the job he did after, already being the OG Red,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a done deal.
Whoever thought he was gonna come back? No one did. And then all of a sudden, wow.
not just three of us and him. You know, that's what makes that scene so powerful.
Yes, absolutely. I remember filming that scene. Next one is Calico Kitty. Meow. She's the one that
I was gonna do the same thing, but I want to sound something.
She's our new channel member.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day.
Yes.
Thank you. And thank you for becoming part of our team. We'll be sending you your packet and you'll get all your perks and everything. And we're super excited to have
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next one is Cody's House of Geek.
Super chat. I know you were in Boy Meets World. Any other shows you were in or stories to talk about?
We got quite a few. You know, to start with, the Boy Meets World came from a very interesting story. My dad was playing golf back east in Rhode Island. He met a couple. Their boy was out here, and he was running Warner Brothers at the time. We got a call the next day, and he said, "Come down." They put 3 chairs, and they surrounded us with all the casting directors from Friends, ER,
Come on.
Boy Meets World,
All
Step
the
by
Warner Brothers
Step,
shows.
all of it.
Yeah.
We 2 hours. With 2 hours, they're popping questions at us. And on our way home, we got called, and we were already booked for 2 or 3 shows.
Yeah, and Boy Meets World was one of them. Yep, and then Step by Step was another
All
one.
of our stuff that we've done,
Most of it.
we've only done
auditioned.
really one audition I can remember that was really important. It was the movie we did, Major League. The director wanted us to make him laugh. So we went and saw an acting coach who put a scene together. We went in his office and he was laughing. And he said to us, "If you can play baseball, you got the movie." And we grew up in sports. All of other stuff, like when we first came out here, we went to the gym and a doctor approached us in the gym about the calendar. He wanted to finance a calendar for us. He wanted us to get in shape because he couldn't get over the fact how much we looked alike and who we are.
It's inspiring. Yeah.
So almost all of our projects, that's how they come.
And the same thing. And with that movie, 2 years before that movie came out, it just so happened the guy who was living in our complex, his mom was head of marketing at Morgan Creek. And he said, we're thinking about coming out with a Major League 3. There's 3 of you guys. What do you think? We said, we play baseball, we're all-star baseball players. We'd love to do it, especially with Charlie Sheen. I couldn't work, but when the movie came up, Charlie got in a fight with the actually was drunk. I mean, yeah.
Whatever.
But anyway,
Don't say that.
he ended up getting they basically replaced him with Scott Bakula. And
Okay.
when the audition came up 2 years later, we contacted the lady from Morgan Creek, and we got the movie. But we did audition for that part.
Yeah.
But for most of the things we've done,
we don't mind audition. It's just there's no auditions for us. That's the thing. We're triplets. How many auditions are there for us? Really?
Right.
So with our agent, when we met with him, it wasn't about auditions. It was about being creative and who does he know that has projects that we could fit into that
Right.
they
Could
could
develop for us.
advertising companies and all of that. That's the angle that we're going, because that's if we go on an audition, most of the time it's just us. There's nobody else. And we've gone on auditions in the past with just us, and we didn't get some of them. It's just how the business is, you know? So
I just have to say this to you guys. You are blessed. That does not happen to people. We have been she's been out of the industry for a while, but I've been consistently in the industry for years. And I know that the three of you guys are triplets, and you guys, God has blessed you with this identical look, and the way that you guys talk, and that in front of a crowd is an absolute blessing. It's very enamoring. And so to be able to have the opportunities that you've had, and the fact that you guys have gotten back into the business and you're following whatever God is telling you to do, just keep walking in that direction, because those doors will open. That's incredible.
Yes.
I mean, people give.
Thank you.
I've been in it forever. I haven't sat down and
that's because
we're
twins.
We're twins.
We need to be in the room together.
There you go.
Identical.
We're gonna put 2 more chairs. The 5 of us will sit down, right? And have them develop some for the 5 of us.
We've got our 5 right here.
The whole ensemble. You don't need to hire anybody. You know,
we do every part.
But that's a true gift. That's a true gift.
Thank you.
There are.
We're grateful. We're grateful for being triplets. We are. We're really, really grateful.
We
for
feel
it.
blessed, as you're saying. We just want to find our path. Where was God have us? We're 51 now. We have a different look. We have beards. We're twice as old as we were last time. Last time didn't work, but this is a new time for us, and we're excited. We're excited to see where this goes.
Hollywood isn't as ageist towards men, though, as it is to women.
No,
that's true
too.
Men are very fortunate that way. I think for women, it's a lot harder to age in this industry. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Nothing easy about this industry, even when you're 3, 2, 4, 1. We gotta have thick skin.
And you gotta get lucky.
We gotta follow God's lead and see where that takes us on. Look where it took us. We're on your show right now. We're back. This is exciting.
Exciting. Bringing you back. All right, let's go to our next question, which is Lafayette Williams.
Let me see if I can find Lafayette on here.
Super chat.
Raise up.
Is it me?
I don't know.
Okay.
How did you guys feel about your first appearance in the episode Power of Gold? That's my favorite episode.
Yeah,
that's when we get it. That's when we get introduced.
33rd.
Yeah, I love
our
that.
power number is 3, and that was the 33rd episode. And our whole life revolves around 3. For some weird reason, that's just our number. And
I love that episode. I love that episode from beginning to end. I mean, we get introduced, we split, the whole thing. Thing.
Yeah, the splitting was pretty powerful, because even my friend says, my friend's he's married to a famous actress, and I don't want to say your name, but he said, "What do you do at Triplets? I see you guys are really good looking. You're in shape, and what do you do?" And Shuki showed you what you do. The way he did it, and to break it off like that. I mean, it was genius. It really was.
And we are thankful for Shuki for what he did.
We
what
are
he did
totally
for us,
thankful.
and for the show.
Shuki
Levy, yeah.
Keep in touch with him.
We haven't since I really haven't kept in touch with anyone. We did the show in '96, and we worked only the business for about 3.5 years, and then I met my ex. And then, like I said,
she not only pulled them out from that audition, she pulled them away from me and Tommy. She pulled them away, moving them away. We didn't see Teddy for a couple of years.
Yeah, we didn't even speak for a couple of years. That's how bad it got.
And it was rough.
She's not a bad person. She just couldn't handle us. It takes a very
us.
special woman to be with us. Multiples. You got to have a lot of confidence within yourself.
You gotta be super strong.
I just always told her, and I tell my woman today, Tanya, that we have a relationship together, and then I have a relationship with my brothers. It's separate, different.
Yes.
I love you, love them. They're just different relationships, and we can't mix them. We keep them
Yeah.
separate. When we do this business, it's just the three of us.
Yeah.
When I'm with her, it's just her, and it's
Yeah.
great.
It's business.
It's business, and that's what you have to do. You know, you have your business, and your business is your brothers and also your family, but it's also part of your business. It's your livelihood. It's what you want to do, and you know, whoever you're with has to understand that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At some point, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thomas Franco
Okay,
is next.
I just saw that one.
Super
There we go.
chat.
Super chat.
Amazing.
Raise it up
Alright.
Catherine and Nakia, do you think turbo powers were copied during the passing of the torch to part episode? Oh, sorry. Let me start that again.
Okay,
Catherine and Nakia,
this is the wrong question.
do you think the turbo powers were copied during the passing of the torch two-parter episodes? And since the Robot Rangers copy of the second turbo team, let me understand.
Let me see. Right,
That went right over the head.
That's way over our heads.
Okay, Catherine, do you think the turbo powers were copied during the passing of the torch?
Two-parter episodes.
Two-parter episode.
Since the Robot Rangers copied the second turbo team.
I don't know.
I don't know because I didn't see the second turbo team. I don't know what the Robot Rangers were.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we would have to compare.
We have to
compare. Sorry, Thomas.
Sorry, Thomas. Okay, last question.
I don't think it's the last
Okay.
Oh,
question.
goodness. We had more come in.
Yeah.
Going by
we
fast.
Just refresh.
Refresh it.
Refresh. Okay, no more super chats, everyone. That is the last
it is
one.
the last
It is
question,
the last
okay.
one. All right. Make it big, Nakia.
Come
Make
on.
it big.
Come on, Morphin Network. We're going to make it big. Okay.
Super chat.
Raise them up high.
Look, we're getting like a bounce into
Yes.
it now. Okay.
Okay. Morphin Network says, would you
Do it in
cast...
an East Coast accent.
Okay. I'm going to do it like Doris.
Doris,
Okay.
yes.
Would you... No. Who would you... Sorry. I got to start again, okay? Don't go there. Who would you cast as Trey if they adapt the character for a live-action Power Rangers Zeo film? Who would you cast as Trey?
You know, we were asked the same question from someone else, and when I had a goatee, everyone said I looked just like Robert Downey Jr. I'd give him my license. Yeah,
Iron Man.
We get that a lot.
With just a goatee, not the full beard, because he only
totally
had the goatee.
that.
He would call me Iron Man. You know, his Iron Man again. So I would, and the Iron Man character that he played. I mean, I would cast him.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's so fantastic.
What
I
about
like
you
that.
two? What about your brothers?
You
What
know
do
who I used to get a lot when we were shaved? John Stamos.
Yeah.
Got John Stamos a lot.
Yeah. I see that too.
Yeah,
All right.
John Stamos a lot.
Scott Baio, we got.
Timmy?
Scott
I kind of go with Robert Downey Jr. as well. Yeah.
Iron
Yeah,
Man.
that's
Iron
your
Man.
cast.
I'm
We
a
love
big,
him.
huge Iron Man fan.
Oh
Yup.
yeah. He's fantastic.
Yeah,
isn't he?
he's oh my gosh, he's so
good.
talented.
So talented.
So talented.
Let's just so
I
that we
think
can take a
Bolton
couple.
might have come in at the last minute, even after I said no more questions.
Okay,
Let's just see if he came in.
Let's
He see. did. Yes,
he did.
He's got one more question.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Bolton Biggs.
Super chat.
Raise
Raise it up high.
My second question got skipped. Well, Bolton. Okay, here we go. My question for you is, who did the scene where you came to Earth and landed in the ocean? And it's great to see you three back. They answered.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was me.
That was Timmy.
I did the ocean
Trey
scene.
Hart.
I'm the one that froze, but then they cut, and then Tommy came out maybe knee high walking out.
So Tim drew the short straw, and he.
Tim drew the short straw. He
Yes.
almost drowned in the ocean. And then
Yes.
Tommy came out.
And then they
by
cut, and then
himself.
Tommy came out
And then we
knee high
split, which
water.
was interesting. We split into three, but then Tommy didn't stay in the middle. It was me in the middle. And Tommy was on the side. It was interesting.
It was like
Nobody can tell us by, even when we see pictures online, it's like all different faces. It's not just one. It's like nobody can tell us apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Even the same height and everything. Wow. Well, it's been an absolute joy getting to talk with you, and I hope that we can do it again and be in person next time.
Yes,
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank not only the super chat people, because I know that we have a ton of questions over here. Andre says, I like the show. Thank you, Andre. I just wanted to get some of these. 22 AAA, they're probably best bros. Brother loyalty too, they're saying. Some of them were confused at that one
Good
question.
Yes.
Gotta love the brotherly loyalty.
When the power chamber blew up. Oh my gosh, yes. That was very intense.
I'm kind of curious how often co-actors keep in touch with each other. Well, as you can see, we were on the show together, but we haven't seen you guys. If she saw you in 2012, then I must have seen one of you, because we're like inseparable, especially at Power Morphicon. So I must have seen you. But as far as keeping in contact with you guys, just getting back into the business, we are so excited to have you back.
Yes.
Thank you. We're excited to be back.
Glad to be back.
We're one big family. It's so funny. And when we go to Morphicon, it's just crazy. Like from the newest Rangers all the way down to the original cast, it's like everybody just loves each other, and it's so fun when we all get to be together.
Yeah. Any last words you want to say to the fans?
Yes, we love you. We want to see you.
Yeah, and we have the comic bug. We're doing a comic store on
Saturday.
This Saturday, the 22nd,
12 to 4 at the comic bug
in Manhattan Beach. And then
the 13th of March, we're going to Trinity, Alabama, with Cody, our man, and we're doing a comic book store over there.
Total nostalgia.
Total nostalgia. And awesome. We're open to whomever. Just
our schedules are open.
Call your Comic Cons, call your conventions, call whomever you need to call. If you want us, they call our booking people. We'll be there. We feel obligated to our fans. We will be there.
And we're looking forward to reuniting with the rest of our cast.
You guys,
it was great with you girls. It was great.
Yeah,
It'd be great to reunite with Steve
a lot of
and
fun.
Johnny,
and Jason,
Austin,
and everybody.
JDF,
everybody.
David.
And we got to shoot that scene, Nakia, down at the rocks sometime.
Yes. I won't have curls this time. My hair will be straight. I'll be like Beyonce, let it blow in the wind.
Yes.
So make sure that you guys send me, when this interview is over, email us at powerrangersplayback@gmail.com, whatever you want me to post underneath this video so that we could share it with the crowd.
Okay,
awesome.
We'll do that.
Awesome.
Fantastic. You guys want us on, just let us know. We'll be here for you again. This was great. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, I love them.
So sweet. That was so fun. And I loved all your questions, guys, because it's like, it was bringing it back to me. Like, I remember filming that scene where they were giving the powers to Austin.
Yes, I remember when they split into threes.
And the three, it was really cool.
You know, I understand their fear when they talked about getting the development deal.
Yeah.
But then, you know, and I think I might have told you this, when I booked Power Rangers, my acting coach, well, he was a teacher. One of the professors told me that I was going to be typecast. And he was like, you need to get out when you can, because you're going to be typecast. And I'm like,
this is a job.
This is a job, bro. You know, I ain't leaving. I know. I ain't leaving. And I'm glad that I didn't, because 25 years later, we have a YouTube channel. We're able to do the things that we're doing. And even though they've left and they've come back, they have this fan base that's already there.
Supporting them.
And it's amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And if you're interested in becoming one of our channel members, like Kaliko, who did this day, there's a button on our homepage that you can click to become a member, or we have Patreon as well.
We do. We have Patreon. So go to patreon.com/Power Rangers Playback. We have all of our perks listed. You can become a member for $3 all the way up to $50, depending on what your budget is or what you're looking for. Our top level members get monthly chats with us every month. Video chats, yes, where they become part of our family. It's so much fun.
Yes.
So we have lots of fun perks on there, and we love our members. They're like become part of our family.
Yes.
So
have a good one, guys. Bye.
Thank you.